Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are kicking off 2026, and if you have followed this channel for any amount of time, you already know how these conversations about the most dependable 9mm pistols usually play out. Glock always ends up sitting at the center of the discussion like it is the only serious option worth considering year after year. Now, I am not here to bash Glock at all. That reputation was earned through decades of reliability and proven performance. But honestly, if every Glock suddenly disappeared from store shelves tomorrow morning, a huge number of shooters would probably be standing around the gun counter wondering what they should trust instead. That exact question pushed me to spend the past year testing nearly every major alternative I could get my hands on. I ran them hard in ugly conditions with dirt, rain, mud, cheap ammunition, and long stretches without cleaning. I wanted handguns that could handle real abuse instead of only looking good during perfect range days. These are the pistols that kept showing up and doing their job when things became rough and unpredictable. No exaggerated hype, no pointless brand wars, just honest experience about the guns that truly proved themselves when it mattered most. Let us kick things off with a pistol that honestly surprised me more than I expected over the past year. The Ruger RXM, the new collaboration between Ruger and Magpul that arrived toward the end of last year, has quietly carved out a real place for itself in the crowded striker-fired 9mm market. Right away, it is clear this gun is not trying to win people over with flashy styling, wild cuts, or futuristic gimmicks. Instead, for a price sitting around $500, it delivers an impressive mix of reliability, comfort, and overall performance that feels far more premium than the cost suggests. One of the biggest highlights is the modular setup. The serialized stainless steel fire control unit can be removed and dropped into different Magpul grip modules, which means shooters can easily swap grip sizes, textures, or future frame options without spending a fortune rebuilding the whole pistol. That flexibility gives it a level of customization that a lot of guns in this price range simply do not offer. Size-wise, it lands in that sweet compact category similar to a Glock 19, making it versatile enough for range use, home defense, or everyday carry. It comes equipped with a durable nitride-finished barrel, quality sights that work well in low light, and an optics-ready slide that accepts several popular red dot footprints directly without needing messy adapter plates. The Magpul grip texture wraps around the frame and provides excellent traction whether your hands are sweaty, muddy, or covered with gloves, while the undercut trigger guard and extended beaver tail help you lock in a higher and more natural grip for better recoil control. The flat-faced trigger feels clean and responsive with a short reset that makes rapid follow-up shots easy to manage, and the included Magpul magazines have worked flawlessly with most Glock pattern accessories and gear I already had laying around. As far as reliability goes, this pistol has been an absolute tank in my experience. I still remember one miserable range trip last autumn where the weather completely turned against us. Rain was pouring non-stop, mud covered everything, and most of the gear on the bench looked like it had been dragged through a swamp. A few other well-known pistols started having issues with wet ammunition and grime buildup, but the RXM did not care at all. I pulled it out of the truck still dusty and filthy from days of bouncing around on job sites, loaded a magazine, and it immediately got back to work. I intentionally fed it terrible ammunition ranging from cheap bulk brass to old steel-cased rounds that honestly belonged in the trash. I mixed magazines, skipped cleaning, and kept shooting hard just to see where the breaking point was. It never reached one. Round after round, the pistol continued cycling smoothly without failures or hesitation. What impressed me even more was how manageable it stayed during fast shooting. The balanced frame and ergonomic grip design soak up recoil nicely, making the gun feel softer and more controllable than many compact pistols in the same category. Even when pushing speed drills aggressively, the groups stayed tight and consistent. Of course, it is not the thinnest or lightest handgun available, and some shooters will point out that it borrows heavily from older proven Gen 3 style layouts for compatibility with common holsters, magazines, and aftermarket parts. Honestly, that is part of why it works so well. Instead of reinventing everything for the sake of marketing, Ruger and Magpul focused on improving a formula that was already proven reliable, adding better ergonomics and smart modular features without overcomplicating the platform. In a market flooded with overhyped polymer pistols chasing trends and internet attention, The RXM feels refreshingly practical. It shows up, runs dirty, handles abuse, feeds almost anything you throw into it, and still leaves enough money in your wallet for extra ammo, optics, or spare grip modules. There is nothing flashy about its approach, and that is exactly why it has earned my respect. It is simply a dependable pistol that keeps functioning when conditions get rough, and that reliability alone makes it one of my favorite recommendations for shooters looking for a trustworthy 9mm without paying premium prices. The Heckler & Amp Koch VP9 still holds its place as one of the most trusted striker-fired 9mm pistols you can buy today, a full-size duty handgun that has built an incredibly loyal following because it continues proving itself year after year. Made by Heckler & Amp, Koch, a company known for its legendary engineering dating back to classics like the MP5 and USP, the VP9 feels like exactly the kind of pistol you would expect from a manufacturer obsessed with durability and long-term reliability. This thing feels overbuilt in the best possible way. At the center of the gun is a cold hammer-forged polygonal barrel that delivers impressive accuracy, long service life, and excellent consistency even after massive round counts. It handles endless shooting sessions without losing precision, and the overall build quality immediately stands out the moment you pick it up. The reinforced polymer frame feels rugged and solid, matched with a corrosion-resistant steel slide that gives the pistol a premium and confidence-inspiring feel without becoming unnecessarily heavy. What really pushes the VP9 ahead of many competitors, though, is the ergonomics. Even now, years after its release, the design still feels modern and incredibly refined. The grip system is fully modular, allowing shooters to swap both the back straps and side panels until the pistol fits their hand almost perfectly. That level of customization makes a huge difference during long-range sessions or fast shooting drills. Add in the low-bore axis that helps reduce muzzle rise, aggressive slide serrations that remain comfortable while giving excellent traction, and fully ambidextrous controls with paddle-style magazine releases and slide stops on both sides. And you end up with a handgun that feels equally natural for both left-handed and right-handed shooters. The trigger deserves serious praise too. The take-up feels light and smooth, the wall is crisp and predictable, and the break comes clean with a short tactile reset that many experienced shooters still rank among the best factory striker-fired triggers available on a duty pistol. Many current versions also come optics ready from the factory with a clean low-profile cut for popular red dot sights, while the iron sights remain tall enough for co-witness setups if you want to run both systems together. Where the VP9 truly separates itself is reliability. This pistol was clearly built to survive abuse, neglect, and hard use without complaint. It eats mixed ammunition, cheap steel case rounds, and high-volume training sessions like they are nothing. I have personally owned one for years and originally thought maybe I had just gotten an unusually good example. Then one day I stumbled across a completely beat-up VP9 sitting in a dusty pawn shop display case. The finish looked worn down from years of use, and the gun clearly had thousands upon thousands of rounds through it with almost no maintenance. Out of curiosity, I bought it and immediately headed to the range. I loaded it with the cheapest bulk 9mm ammunition I could find and started shooting hard. Fast strings, controlled groups, non-stop magazines, absolutely no cleaning beforehand. The result was almost boring in the best way possible. No failures to feed, no stovepipes, no drama whatsoever. It just kept running smoothly over and over again. That was when I realized it was not luck. That is simply how H&K builds these pistols. Of course, there are a couple of things some shooters may need time to adjust to. The paddle-style magazine release feels unfamiliar if you grew up using traditional push-button releases, and during extremely rapid fire the bore axis can create a little more muzzle movement compared to some ultra-low-bore competitors. Still, those are very minor trade-offs considering the overall quality, reliability, and performance you get in return. Here in early 2026, a new VP9 usually lands somewhere between $750 and $850 depending on the version and current deals, whether you choose the standard model or an optics-ready setup. Considering the engineering, premium materials, and real-world durability built into this pistol, that price honestly feels more than fair for what you are getting. Then you have the Beretta APX-A1, a full-size striker-fired 9mm that has quietly become one of the more underrated performers on the market since the updated version arrived. In early 2026, you can usually find one price somewhere around $400 to $500 depending on the model and whatever sales are happening locally or online. Even now, there are still shooters who repeat the old rumors that the APX platform is somehow unreliable or not trustworthy when things get serious. A lot of that probably comes from the original APX never receiving the same level of hype as some competing pistols, along with Beretta taking a much quieter approach to marketing compared to bigger trend-driven brands. Honestly, I almost ignored it myself at first because there were so many other proven names demanding attention at the counter. Still, curiosity got the better of me, so I picked one up and decided to test it properly instead of relying on internet chatter. From the very first time I racked the slide, the action felt impressively smooth and refined, almost like the gun was operating on polished rails compared to many standard polymer pistols in the same price range. Once I started shooting, the low-bore axis immediately stood out because it helped keep recoil soft and easy to control. The pistol stayed flat during rapid fire, and my groups remained surprisingly tight even while pushing speed drills harder than usual. Over several range trips, I intentionally treated the APX A1 rough. I ran cheap mixed ammunition through it, skipped cleaning between sessions, practiced everything from rapid close-range drills to slower precision shooting, and even dragged it through dusty and dirty conditions to see if it would eventually complain. It never did. The gun continued cycling smoothly without hesitation, feeding everything reliably and delivering the kind of steady, drama-free performance that quickly builds trust. After a while, you almost stop thinking about the pistol entirely because it simply does its job every single time you press the trigger. One thing I really appreciate is how much effort Beretta clearly put into refining the updated design based on real-world feedback from civilian shooters, law enforcement, and military testing. The slide serrations are deep and aggressive enough for positive grip without shredding your hands, even with gloves or sweat involved. The trigger feels noticeably cleaner and more refined than earlier APX models, with a crisp break and shorter reset that makes follow-up shots quicker and more natural. The grip texture has also been improved by removing the old finger grooves, allowing the pistol to fit a wider variety of hand sizes more comfortably, while interchangeable backstraps help fine-tune the ergonomics even further. The optics-ready setup is another major plus because you can mount popular red dots directly using the proper plate system without paying extra for custom milling work. Inside the polymer frame, the stainless steel chassis adds strength and durability while keeping the gun balanced enough that it never feels overly bulky for a full-size duty pistol. For the price, the overall accuracy is excellent. Reliability has been outstanding through heavy use, and the modular design makes customization simple without becoming complicated or expensive. The build quality also carries that classic Beretta feel, especially with the corrosion-resistant finishes found on newer models. There are a few small downsides worth mentioning. Some shooters may find the grip slightly thick for deep concealment, especially if carrying appendix or inside the waistband every day. And while aftermarket support continues growing steadily, it still does not match the massive ecosystem available for some older platforms. Even so, the APX A1 has proven itself to be far better than the rumors suggest, delivering dependable performance and impressive refinement at a price that feels like a genuine bargain in the current market. Speaking of pistols that have survived years of internet jokes and non-stop debate, we have to talk about the PSA Dagger from Palmetto State Armory. When this budget striker-fired 9mm first appeared, people immediately started throwing around the whole, end quote, Glock killer, end quote, label, and honestly, that created just as much skepticism as excitement. These days, most standard models sit around the $300 mark, and at that price it is genuinely difficult to find another pistol offering this many features and this much capability right out of the box. At first, I assumed it was probably another cheap clone that would fall apart once it faced real-world abuse. I expected weak parts, reliability problems, or some kind of major issue after a few hundred rounds of mixed ammunition. Instead of babying it, I decided to treat it exactly how many owners realistically treat their carry or range guns. I ran dirty bulk ammunition through it, including cheap brass and steel-cased loads bought by the case. I practiced fast reloads, dropped it into dust and grit during range sessions, and pushed it through rough use without constantly cleaning or maintaining it. Surprisingly, the dagger just kept running. It cycled consistently without stoppages or failures that I could honestly blame on the pistol itself. That was the moment I realized this thing deserved far more credit than people were giving it online. The factory trigger is another pleasant surprise for a handgun in this price category. It has a clean break, a consistent pull, and a solid reset that honestly feels better than many stock triggers found on more expensive pistols. Recoil feels very familiar to anyone used to Glock-style handguns, but the aggressive grip texture gives you slightly more control and confidence during rapid fire, especially when your hands are sweaty or covered with gloves. The overall design also includes front and rear slide serrations that make manipulation easier under stress, while many versions come optics ready, so mounting a red that is simple and does not require additional milling work. One of the biggest advantages is magazine compatibility. Since the dagger works with standard Glock magazines, owners already invested in that ecosystem instantly gain access to a massive amount of gear and accessories. The lightweight polymer frame feels durable without being bulky, and the grip shape has a more ergonomic and less blocky feel compared to traditional Glock designs. In fact, a lot of shooters actually prefer how the dagger sits in the hand because it feels more contoured and natural during extended shooting sessions. Now, to be fair, it does not have the decades-long reputation of some legendary duty pistols, and the aftermarket support, while improving rapidly, still is not quite as enormous as older established platforms. Some early users also mention needing a short break-in period or making small tweaks before reaching peak reliability. Even so, in my own testing, and from what I have watched other shooters put theirs through at the range, the dagger continues to impress. It handles everything from cheap range ammunition to hotter defensive loads without acting temperamental or fragile. People online have tried incredibly hard to force failure stories out of these pistols because they wanted the hype to collapse, but the dagger keeps refusing to quit. It accepted the end quote, Glock killer end quote, nickname without trying too hard to live up to it, then quietly earned respect by delivering dependable performance day after day. In a market full of flashy handguns making huge promises they cannot back up under rough conditions, the PSA dagger stands out as a simple, hard-working pistol that delivers modern features, solid reliability, and impressive value without draining your bank account. The FN509 is another pistol that slowly earns your respect the more time you spend with it. And here in early 2026, you can still find standard or mid-size versions selling in the $570 to $600 range, depending on the exact setup and where you shop. This striker-fired 9mm traces its roots back to FN Herstal developing a handgun for the military modular handgun system trials, taking lessons learned from the older FNS compact platform and refining the design into something much tougher and more polished for serious hard use. The pistol comes equipped with a cold hammer-forged barrel designed for long-term durability and reliable accuracy, along with a recessed crown that helps protect the barrel during rough handling. One of the first things most shooters notice is how controllable it feels during rapid fire. The low-bore axis keeps muzzle rise manageable, and the aggressive grip texture absolutely locks the pistol into your hand. FN used several different texturing patterns around the frame, creating a grip that stays planted even when your hands are sweaty, muddy, or covered with gloves. It is definitely aggressive, but for a duty-style handgun, that is exactly what many shooters want. Another major strength is the fully ambidextrous control setup. Both the slide stop and magazine release work perfectly for left-handed and right-handed shooters straight from the factory without needing to swap parts around. The trigger also feels surprisingly solid out of the box, with a clean break and a short reset that makes fast follow-up shots easy to control. Capacity remains excellent with a standard 17+1 setup, and certain models arrive optics-ready with a clean mounting system that accepts a wide variety of popular red dots. I definitely did not treat mine gently. For months it bounced around between the truck bed, range bags, work gear, and the safe without much attention besides the occasional quick wipe down after shooting sessions. It collected dirt, dust, and grime from outdoor use. But despite all that abuse, it never gave me a reason to doubt it. This is not the lightest or slimmest pistol for concealed carry. It has a more substantial full-size feel that honestly works better for duty use, home defense, or open carry than ultra-deep concealment. At the same time, that slightly beefier build is also part of why it shoots so steadily and predictably. While some trendier handguns started acting temperamental whenever they got dirty or went too long without cleaning, the FN509 just kept functioning. It loaded smoothly, fired consistently, and stayed accurate no matter how rough the conditions became. There are no dramatic stories attached to it because that is not the kind of pistol it is. It simply fades into the background and keeps doing its job reliably without demanding attention. Over time, that quiet consistency becomes the reason people trust it so much. The advantages are pretty obvious once you spend enough time behind the trigger. Reliability is outstanding. The ergonomics feel excellent thanks to interchangeable backstraps. Recoil stays soft and manageable, and the fully ambidextrous controls make the pistol comfortable for almost anyone to run effectively. On the downside, it is not the cheapest handgun in its category. Spare magazines can get expensive at roughly $60 each, and some shooters need time to adjust to the hinge-style trigger compared to flatter trigger designs. Still, in a market where hype and marketing often overpower substance, the FN509 continues proving itself quietly through real-world performance. It does not rely on gimmicks or flashy trends. It simply works day after day, round after round, earning confidence the old-fashioned way through reliability and consistency. The Smith & Amp Wesson M & Amp Wink with Tongue Sticking Out Shield Plus is the handgun that stays with me every single day and has become my personal favorite for concealed carry here in early 2026. This little micro-compact has absolutely earned its reputation as a dependable everyday companion, and right now most new models can usually be found between $400 and $470 depending on the version, whether it is optics ready or if it includes a manual thumb safety. Sometimes prices even drop lower during sales, which makes it one of the best values in the entire high-capacity micro-compact category where many competitors cost significantly more. What makes the Shield Plus stand out is how Smith & Amp Wesson improved an already trusted platform without ruining what made the original Shield so popular. The redesigned Stagger Stack magazine system allows the pistol to hold 13 plus 1 rounds of 9mm while still keeping that incredibly slim profile people love for concealed carry. Even with the increased capacity, the grip never feels oversized or awkward. It remains compact enough to disappear under normal clothing with almost no printing whether you are wearing a simple t-shirt or heavier layers during colder weather. The lightweight polymer frame keeps it comfortable for all-day carry, while the internal steel reinforcement adds the durability and rigidity needed for long-term reliability. The stainless steel slide uses a durable armor-night finish that handles sweat, moisture, and constant holster wear extremely well, which matters a lot for a pistol carried daily against the body. One feature I genuinely appreciate is the flat-face trigger. Right out of the box, it feels crisp and predictable, with a short take-up, clean break, and a very noticeable reset that helps during fast follow-up shots or stressful shooting situations. The grip texture is another area where Smith & Wesson got the balance right. It is aggressive enough to provide excellent control during rapid fire or wet conditions, but not so rough that it becomes uncomfortable while carrying inside the waistband for long hours. Many versions now come optics ready from the factory with a clean low-profile cut for mounting popular micro red dots directly to the slide, making target acquisition quicker without needing extra milling work or bulky adapter systems. The grip angle and overall ergonomics also feel incredibly natural, almost like the pistol automatically points where your eyes are looking. I have put this handgun through plenty of abuse over time. It has seen dusty outdoor range days, rain-soaked practice sessions, cheap bulk ammunition, premium defensive loads, and thousands of rounds across multiple examples. Through all of it, the Shield Plus has remained boringly reliable in the best possible way. No random malfunctions, no strange issues, and no constant maintenance demands. It simply runs. After carrying it for so long, the draw stroke feels automatic and effortless, and once the pistol settles into the holster you almost forget it is even there because of how light and compact it feels. Of course, there are a couple of trade-offs that come with any lightweight micro-compact pistol. Compared to larger duty-sized handguns, the recoil has a sharper snap that some shooters will need practice to fully master. Certain variants include a manual thumb safety for people who prefer that additional feature, while others do not. So buyers need to pay attention when choosing a model. Still, those are very small compromises considering everything this pistol offers. What I appreciate most is that the Shield Plus does not chase gimmicks or flashy trends. It focuses on the fundamentals that actually matter in a carry gun: reliability, concealability, solid capacity, practical ergonomics, and strong aftermarket support for holsters and accessories. It is one of those rare pistols that quietly builds trust over time because no matter what conditions you put it through, it simply keeps doing its job without letting you down. That brings us to the Canik Meat series, a lineup that has been getting a lot of attention in the budget and mid-range market with models like the Meat SF, Meat SFT, and the compact MC9, all chambered in 9mm. These Turkish-made striker-fired pistols build on the solid reputation of the earlier TP9 family, while refining the platform into something even smoother and more practical for everyday shooters. The action is based on a proven Walther P99 style system that has earned a reputation for dependable cycling and consistent reliability even when conditions get rough. The very first thing most people notice when they pick up a Meat pistol is the trigger. For a handgun sitting around the $500 range, the factory trigger feels shockingly good. The break is crisp, the reset is short and tactile, and overall it feels far more refined than what many shooters expect from a pistol at this price level. A lot of owners even rank it among the best out-of-the-box striker-fired triggers currently available. Whether you are shooting controlled groups or running rapid drills, it makes staying on target feel easy and natural. The ergonomics are another huge strength. The grip texture wraps around the front and sides of the frame, giving you a secure hold without feeling painfully rough during extended shooting sessions. The low-bore axis and comfortable beaver tail help control recoil nicely, keeping the gun flat and predictable during fast follow-up shots. The optics-ready slide supports co-witness setups with iron sights, making it simple to mount a red that while still keeping backup sights usable. You also get practical additions like an integrated flared magwell for quicker reloads, ambidextrous controls, interchangeable backstraps for a better fit, and a modular takedown system that makes disassembly straightforward using the included Canik punch tool. Another area where the Meat series really shines is value. Most models come packed with extras that many competing brands charge additional money for. Depending on the package, you often receive multiple magazines, a polymer holster, cleaning equipment, and additional accessories right inside the box. Considering the price stays around $500 for models like the Meat SF or SFT, the amount of included gear and overall refinement feels honestly impressive compared to competitors costing hundreds more. Reliability has also been excellent in real-world use. Plenty of shooters have pushed these pistols through thousands of rounds without cleaning or major maintenance, while still getting smooth and dependable performance. Standard 9mm ammunition runs flawlessly in most cases, although some lighter or extremely fast loads occasionally benefit from a short break-in period or a recoil spring adjustment before reaching perfect consistency. Even so, once settled in, these pistols have a reputation for running hard without complaint. There are a few small drawbacks worth mentioning. The aftermarket support still is not as massive as what you get from long-established brands, so holster options and certain accessories can be more limited depending on your area. The aggressive grip texture may also feel a little harsh for some people during all-day concealed carry. Still, those issues are minor compared to everything the Meat series delivers overall. One of my favorite memories with this pistol came from a range instructor friend of mine who absolutely did not trust it at first. He was convinced it would eventually fail if pushed hard enough, so he basically turned my Meat into a torture test. He ran non-stop mag dumps, practiced awkward offhand shooting, dragged it through dirt and dust, fed it terrible ammunition, and completely ignored cleaning between range sessions. I honestly expected him to eventually hand it back with a smug grin after finally forcing a malfunction. Instead, the next day he returned it looking filthy and completely worn out from abuse. Yet the pistol was still running perfectly without jams or failures. He even paid up on the bet because the gun refused to quit. That kind of experience stays with you. If a pistol can survive abuse from someone who spends every day watching firearms fail under hard use, then it says a lot about how durable and dependable the platform really is. The Canik Meat series might not receive the same endless hype as some bigger names, but it continues proving itself as one of the best hidden values in the 2026 handgun market. The Kimber Micro 9 continues to stand out as one of the most surprising success stories in the constantly changing concealed carry world here in early 2026. In a market flooded with polymer micro-compacts and trend-driven designs, this tiny 1911-inspired pistol refuses to disappear. It has managed to hold on to a loyal following because it delivers something many modern carry guns simply do not. That classic single-action 1911 shooting experience packed into an ultra-compact frame that practically disappears under everyday clothing. At its core, the Micro 9 is essentially a scaled-down 1911 chambered in 9mm, designed specifically for deep concealment without sacrificing the familiar feel that 1911 fans love. The lightweight aluminum frame keeps the unloaded weight around 15 to 16 ounces, making it extremely easy to carry all day, while the stainless steel slide and quality barrel provide the durability and accuracy people expect from Kimber. Even after long periods of carry exposed to sweat, lint, and rough handling, the pistol continues feeling solid and dependable. The biggest thing that separates the Micro 9 from many other small carry pistols is the trigger. It has that clean, crisp single-action break that 1911 shooters instantly recognize. The pull feels smooth and precise, lighter and cleaner than many people expect, giving every shot a very controlled and deliberate feel. Despite the compact size, the gun remains surprisingly enjoyable to shoot thanks to the thoughtful grip design and checkering that provide a secure hold without becoming painfully aggressive during longer-range sessions. Recoil also feels softer than expected for such a lightweight handgun, making practice far more comfortable than many ultra-small pistols in the same category. Kimber also included several refinements that help the pistol feel polished and premium. Features like the lowered and flared ejection port, beveled magazine well, and steel sights all contribute to smoother handling and reliable operation. The standard flush-fit magazine holds 7 rounds, while optional extended magazines increase capacity slightly without making the gun overly bulky or difficult to conceal. Across the different versions available, from the cleaner stainless models to the more aggressive Raptor variants with unique finishes and detailed styling, the craftsmanship remains impressive. Tight slide fitment, quality machining, and premium finishes give the pistol a custom feel straight from the factory. Another reason I respect the Micro 9 is how well it has survived through years of shifting trends and market instability. Even during supply shortages, pricing swings, and constant changes in the carry pistol market, parts, magazines, holsters, and accessories for this platform have remained widely available. You can still walk into most gun shops or browse online and easily find support for it without paying ridiculous collector prices. That consistency matters because it means owners are not stuck carrying a platform that slowly becomes unsupported over time. Reliability has also been better than many critics expected. Once the pistol gets properly broken in with a few hundred rounds to smooth out the factory recoil spring, it generally feeds and cycles very reliably with both defensive hollow points and standard range ammunition. Over time, that steady performance builds a lot of confidence in such a compact handgun. Of course, it is not perfect. The slide can feel somewhat stiff when brand new, and some earlier reports mentioned occasional feeding issues with very cheap ammunition if the pistol was not fully broken in first. Not every version ships with factory night sights either, so many owners eventually upgrade the sights for better low-light performance. It is also fair to say this is not a budget handgun. Here in early 2026, popular configurations like the stainless, CDP, or Raptor models usually sell somewhere between $650 and $800, while MSRP can range from $600 to $900 depending on the exact setup and features included. Still, once you actually hold the pistol, rack the slide, and feel that smooth single-action trigger break, it becomes very easy to understand why so many concealed carry owners continue trusting the Kimber Micro 9 as their everyday companion. The Taurus G2C remains one of those affordable hidden gems that continues earning respect through real-world reliability, even while newer models like the G3C try to grab attention with updated styling and small refinements. This compact striker-fired 9mm from Taurus has built a strong reputation among budget-minded shooters because it focuses on the basics that actually matter instead of chasing flashy trends or unnecessary gimmicks. The pistol is built around a lightweight polymer frame that keeps the unloaded weight around 21 ounces, making it comfortable enough for all-day concealed carry without feeling heavy or cumbersome. The grip texture is aggressive enough to keep the gun planted securely in your hand during rapid shooting, sweaty conditions, or stressful situations, but it still remains comfortable enough for extended range sessions. Capacity also lands in a very practical sweet spot with a 12+1 setup, giving you more rounds than many tiny micro-compacts while staying easier to conceal than larger duty-sized handguns. Its compact barrel length helps balance recoil and control nicely. The gun shoots softer and feels more manageable than many ultra-small carry pistols that can become unpleasant after only a few magazines. At the same time, it still stays small enough to disappear comfortably inside the waistband without excessive printing under regular clothing. That balance between size, shootability, and capacity is a major reason why the G2C continues staying relevant year after year. What really makes this pistol shine is its straightforward practicality. The manual thumb safety gives extra peace of mind for shooters who prefer carrying with an additional external safety, while the integrated trigger safety adds another layer of protection against accidental discharge. There is also a small accessory rail up front for mounting a compact light, if needed for low-light situations. The sight setup stays simple but effective with a white dot front sight and an adjustable rear sight that allows quick changes for windage and elevation during range work. The overall design avoids unnecessary complexity and instead focuses on durability and dependable function. That simple approach has worked extremely well for tourists because the G2C has proven itself capable of handling rough use without becoming temperamental. One of the biggest reasons people continue recommending it is the price. Here in early 2026, brand new examples can often be found between $200 and $250 depending on the retailer, finish, or current promotions. For a reliable 9mm with decent capacity and solid features, that price is honestly difficult to beat. I originally assumed the newer G3C would quickly replace it completely, especially with the updated frame design, revised slide serrations, and additional safety variations. I figured magazines, holsters, and spare parts for the older G2C would slowly disappear. Instead, the exact opposite happened. The G2C developed incredible staying power in the market. Accessories are still everywhere. You can walk into almost any gun shop or search online and immediately find magazines, springs, holsters, extended base plates, replacement parts, and even different frame colors without spending ridiculous amounts of money. That kind of long-term support matters because it means owners can continue running the pistol for years without worrying about being stranded when something eventually wears out. In my own experience, the G2C has handled rough range sessions, dirty conditions, cheap bulk ammunition, and long periods without cleaning while still cycling reliably. I have never had issues with failures to feed or stovepipes during hard use. It simply keeps functioning with very little drama. Now, the trigger definitely reminds you that this is still a budget-friendly striker-fired pistol. The pull is somewhat longer and heavier compared to the cleaner, shorter resets found on more expensive handguns, and it can take a little practice before it feels natural. The pistol is also slightly heavier than some of the ultralight micro-compacts that practically disappear in a pocket holster. Still, when you consider the price, reliability, capacity, and overall practicality, those compromises feel very minor. The Taurus G2C continues proving that you do not need to spend a fortune to get a dependable carry pistol that can survive real-world abuse and keep running when it matters most. The Sig Sauer P365X Macro has easily become one of the most impressive concealed carry pistols on the market today, combining serious firepower with a slim profile that still carries comfortably every day. Chambered in 9mm, this pistol manages to pack a full 17+1 capacity into a compact frame thanks to the smart magazine design developed by Sig Sauer. What makes that so impressive is how the gun still keeps the slim and familiar P365 feel without becoming bulky or awkward like many higher capacity carry pistols tend to do. The X Macro uses a macro compact grip module with interchangeable back straps in multiple sizes, allowing shooters to fine-tune the fit for their hands. That flexibility goes a long way toward improving comfort and control during long-range sessions, or stressful defensive shooting. The slightly longer barrel compared to smaller micro-compacts also helps improve both accuracy and overall shootability, while the XRAY 3-day and night sights remain easy to pick up in bright daylight or low-light situations. Many versions come optics-ready right from the factory, making it simple to mount popular red dots like the Romeo X Compact securely without needing additional adapter plates or custom modifications. The striker-fired trigger system feels smooth and consistent, and despite the increased capacity, the pistol still measures roughly an inch wide, which keeps concealment extremely manageable. The nitron finish does an excellent job resisting wear, sweat, and corrosion from daily carry, and the included 1913 rail allows users to attach a compact weapon light for home defense or nighttime use. At around 21 ounces unloaded, the X Macro strikes an excellent balance between being lightweight enough for comfortable carry while still carrying enough mass to control recoil effectively. One thing people consistently praise about this pistol is how flat it shoots. The recoil impulse feels very manageable for such a compact handgun, allowing quick and accurate follow-up shots even during rapid strings. Accuracy is also impressive considering the size. Many shooters are surprised by how tight their groups remain even at longer distances where smaller carry pistols often become harder to control. Reliability has also become one of the strongest selling points. After thousands of rounds in hard testing and real-world use, the X Macro has built a strong reputation for dependable performance as long as owners maintain their magazines properly and avoid extreme neglect. The longer grip gives shooters a full-hand purchase, which makes the gun feel far more controllable than many smaller micro-compacts without sacrificing too much concealability. The modular design also allows owners to customize the setup for different carry styles and preferences. Of course, there are a few trade-offs. The trigger can feel slightly gritty when brand new compared to heavily upgraded competition pistols, and the extended grip may print a little more under tighter clothing if you are trying to stay extremely discreet with appendix carry. Still, for most people those are very small compromises once you consider the massive jump in capacity and overall performance. Here in early 2026, street prices for a new X Macro usually hover around $700, although sales and promotions occasionally push that number lower. Considering everything you get in such a compact package, it remains one of the strongest values in the high-capacity concealed carry category. And honestly, one story still sticks with me when I think about this pistol. Last year, my friend Lawrence was walking home through Philadelphia late at night when things suddenly turned ugly. Under dim streetlights, he spotted a man stepping out holding a knife with intentions that clearly were not good. There was no time to second-guess anything. Lawrence drew his X Macro quickly and naturally, and simply presenting the pistol changed the entire situation instantly. The guy froze for a second, looked at the gun, then turned around and ran off down the street without another word. No shots fired, no violence, no headlines the next morning. Just Lawrence making it home safely and calling me afterwards still shaken up, but incredibly thankful that he had something reliable and familiar in his hand when the moment mattered most. The Beretta 92X Performance remains one of those legendary all-steel pistols that simply refuses to fade away in a market packed with lightweight polymer handguns and trendy new striker-fired designs. Chambered in 9mm, this powerhouse takes the classic Beretta 92 platform that military and law enforcement units have trusted for decades and transforms it into a competition-focused machine built for speed, precision, and total control on the range. The heavy Brigadier slide gives the pistol incredible balance while cutting down muzzle rise in a big way, and the steel recoil system helps soak up recoil so smoothly that rapid-fire strings feel almost effortless. Every shot feels planted and predictable, allowing you to stay locked onto the target instead of fighting the gun between follow-up shots. The Extreme S trigger system is another huge highlight, delivering a light, crisp break with an extremely short reset that feels clean and refined without any mushiness, making fast double taps and controlled pairs feel natural and easy. The rest of the pistol is packed with features that clearly show Beretta designed this thing for serious shooters. The aggressive front and rear slide serrations provide excellent grip for quick manipulations even with sweaty hands or gloves, while the Vertex-style frame uses slimmer textured grips and deep checkering to keep the gun planted firmly in your hands during intense shooting sessions. The oversized magazine release makes reloads incredibly quick, especially during competition stages where every second matters. Weighing close to 3 pounds unloaded, the added mass works in your favor by dramatically reducing felt recoil and helping the pistol shoot incredibly flat. That extra weight gives the gun a stable, confidence-inspiring feel that rewards good technique with tighter groups and faster recovery between shots. Up top, the bright fiber optic front sight combined with the fully adjustable rear sight makes target acquisition fast and intuitive, and the premium Nistan finish gives the pistol a sleek high-end appearance without looking overly flashy or exaggerated. What really makes the 92X Performance special is how calm and reliable it stays under pressure. During long-range days, rapid drills, and timed competition stages using cheap bulk ammo, this pistol just keeps cycling smoothly, while many lighter handguns start feeling jumpy or begin struggling from the abuse. People love joking that it is too heavy or outdated until they actually shoot one side by side with modern polymer guns. Once they feel how soft and controlled it shoots, opinions tend to change very quickly. Suddenly those same shooters are asking for another magazine because the pistol feels so stable and confidence-inspiring in the hand. Of course, that all-steel construction does make it a poor choice for daily concealed carry, since carrying this thing all day can feel like hauling around a brick, and like any serious performance gun, it benefits from proper maintenance on wear areas like the locking block. Still, if your goal is pure shooting performance and that connected feeling where the pistol feels like part of your hand, very few guns can compete with what the Beretta 92X Performance delivers. In early 2026, standard models are still landing around $1,500 on the street, while optics-ready versions like the Carry Optic and Dark series cost a bit more depending on configuration. It is definitely not the cheap option, but the craftsmanship, proven competition pedigree, and incredible shooting experience make it worth every dollar the moment you step onto the firing line. Finally, there is the CZP-10C, a pistol that earns respect the old-fashioned way without loud marketing campaigns or endless internet hype. It is the kind of handgun that quietly keeps working while flashier options come and go. This compact, striker-fired 9mm from CZ has stayed strong ever since it first appeared back in 2017, bringing modern polymer frame design together with the proven heritage of the legendary CZ75 series. The pistol combines that naturally high grip angle that points instinctively with a refined, partially pre-cocked striker system that feels smooth, responsive, and confidence-inspiring every time you press the trigger. The frame uses durable fiber-reinforced polymer that feels solid without adding unnecessary weight, while the nitride-coated steel slide handles wear, scratches, sweat, and rough treatment with no complaints. Add in the cold hammer-forged barrel, and you get long-term durability, dependable accuracy, and the kind of lifespan that survives thousands upon thousands of rounds without losing performance. One of the biggest reasons shooters fall in love with the P-10C is the trigger. Straight from the factory, it feels cleaner and sharper than most striker-fired pistols in its class, with smooth take-up, a crisp break, and an extremely short reset that makes rapid follow-up shots feel effortless. Honestly, it feels closer to a custom-tuned handgun than something sitting stock in a display case. The grip texture wraps aggressively around the frame to keep your hands locked in place even during rain, sweat, or long training sessions, although some owners soften it slightly for more comfortable all-day carry. Interchangeable backstraps help tailor the fit so the pistol points naturally no matter your hand size. Up top, the metal 3-dot sights with glowing photoluminescent inserts make target acquisition quick in changing light conditions, and both front and rear slide serrations give you excellent control when manipulating the slide with dirty or gloved hands. There is also a standard Picatinny rail for mounting lights or lasers, and the pistol carries a solid 15+1 capacity and 9mm magazine compatibility with the P07 series is another nice bonus for shooters already invested in the CZ ecosystem. Where the CZP-10C really separates itself is reliability. This thing feels military-grade tough, happily chewing through everything from cheap steel-cased range ammo to premium defensive loads without any drama. Dirt, neglect, rain, dust, long-range days, it does not seem to matter. The low-bore axis and excellent recoil control keep the gun shooting flatter and softer than many competing compact pistols, making rapid strings easier to control and helping shooters stay on target longer without fatigue. The strengths are easy to see. Incredible factory trigger performance, ergonomics that feel almost custom-fitted to your hand, rugged CISA-level build quality, and value that absolutely punches above its price range. The drawbacks are relatively small. Some shooters think the texture is a little too aggressive for bare hands during extended carry, and while many newer models now come optics ready for direct red dot mounting, the standard version may still require slide work if you want to add an optic immediately. In early 2026, new CZP 10C models usually sell around $480 to $500, while optics-ready versions cost a bit more depending on setup. Used models often dip into the low 300s, which honestly feels like a steal considering the quality, engineering, and reliability you are getting. This is the kind of pistol that gets loaned to friends at the range, forgotten in a toolbox for months, then picked back up and run hard without a single issue. No drama, no excuses, no constant trips for repairs. It just works. That quiet consistency is exactly why the CZP 10C has earned such a loyal following among shooters who care more about real-world dependability than flashy trends. So that is the lineup. These are the pistols that actually earned their reputation the hard way throughout 2026. Not the flashy newcomers getting pushed by marketing campaigns, and not the handguns that only behave when conditions are perfect, but the ones that keep running when things get dirty, rough, and unpredictable. These are the guns that prove they could handle real use instead of just looking good in a display case. Now I want to hear from you. Which non-Glock pistol surprised you the most? Or which one earned your confidence after serious range time or hard real-world use? Drop your stories down in the comments, whether it happened at the range, out in the field, or during everyday carry. I genuinely go through all of them because this kind of discussion never really ends. I am Steve, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next video. Stay safe out there, everyone.